The secret to a peaceful life: balancing talent and mediocrity. Have you ever wondered if talent and usefulness truly guarantee our existence and success? The story of Zhuangzi, the woodsman and the silent bird will take you on a journey to explore new perspectives on talent and life. Why does an old, useless tree survive for centuries, while a bird that can't sing gets killed for its lack of talent? Let's delve into this tale to discover the secret to balancing these extremes for a peaceful life. Zhuangzi and his disciples were walking in the mountains when they saw a large tree with lush branches. A woodsman was sitting under the tree, but not cutting it down. Zhuangzi approached him and asked why. The woodsman replied that the tree was useless. Zhuangzi then turned to his disciples and said, "This tree lives so long because its wood is useless, making it free from the fate of being cut down." As they left the mountains, Zhuangzi visited a friend's house. The friend, happy to see him, instructed his servant to kill a partridge for their guest. The servant asked, "One bird can sing and the other cannot. Which one should I kill?" The friend replied, "Kill the one that can't sing." The next day, a disciple asked Zhuangzi, "Yesterday, the tree survived because of its uselessness, but the bird died for the same reason. If it were you, how would you handle this?" Zhuangzi laughed and said, "Both talent and mediocrity lead to trouble. To live peacefully, one must know how to balance between being talented and being mediocre." In life, we are often caught up in an endless race to prove our talents and usefulness. However, Zhuangzi's story offers a fresh perspective on existence and peace. It prompts us to reflect on the balance between talent and mediocrity, a profound lesson that many might not have considered. The story of the old tree in the mountains shows that being useless can sometimes be advantageous. The tree isn't cut down because no one wants its wood. This reminds us that in certain circumstances, not standing out or having exceptional talents can help us avoid troubles and dangers. The old tree thrives and survives thanks to its uselessness, a viewpoint that contrasts with the common belief that talent and usefulness always bring benefits. However, uselessness doesn't always guarantee survival. The story of the silent bird illustrates this. Zhuangzi's friend chose to kill the bird that couldn't sing, showing that lack of talent can also lead to negative consequences. This story highlights a reality that mediocrity, like talent, can also bring about unfavorable outcomes. It reminds us that being useless is not always a solution for survival. Zhuangzi concludes that to live peacefully, we need to balance talent and mediocrity. This is an important lesson in life's wisdom. The skill of adjusting oneself to not be too prominent but also not too insignificant is the key to surviving and thriving. This balance helps us avoid dangers from both extremes, ensuring a peaceful and sustainable life. Moreover, this message applies broadly to many aspects of life. In work, knowing when to shine and when to step back can help us avoid unnecessary conflicts and build good relationships with colleagues. In the family, balancing self-expression and listening to others helps maintain harmony and mutual understanding. Additionally, balancing talent and mediocrity helps us avoid the pressure of always being perfect or successful. It allows us to accept our imperfections and learn to live harmoniously with them. This self-acceptance brings inner peace, helping us lead a happier and more fulfilling life. Finally, Zhuangzi's message is a reminder of humility and mindfulness. Sometimes, not showing off too much talent or usefulness can help us avoid envy and jealousy from others. Humility and self-expression helps us build good and lasting relationships with those around us. Thus, Zhuangzi's story is not just a lesson about existence, but also a profound philosophy of life about balance and wisdom. It encourages us to reflect on our way of living, on how to achieve peace and happiness in this challenging and ever-changing life. 2. The simple secret to success from a master angler with extraordinary skills. In life and work, we often search for complex formulas to achieve success. However, a simple story about a fisherman in ancient China might make you reconsider. Jian Ha, a master angler, used the simplest tools yet achieved extraordinary results. What was his secret? How could an arrow hit two birds and a single strand of thread fill a cart with fish without any damage? Let's explore two profound messages from this story: complete dedication and skillful application, to understand the true path to success. The story of Jian Ha and Bo Shuzi. In ancient China, there was a master fisherman named Jian Ha. Unlike others, his fishing line was a single strand of silk. The hook was made from bent grass, and the rod was a bamboo stick. For bait, he used half a grain of rice. Within moments, Jian Ha could fill a cart with fish. Remarkably, despite catching so many fish, his fishing gear remained intact. The line didn't snap, the hook didn't straighten, and the rod didn't bend. The king of Chu, intrigued by Jian Ha's extraordinary fishing skills, invited him to the palace to learn his secret. Jian Ha replied, "I learned from my late father that there was once a master archer named Bo Shuzi in the kingdom of Chu. He could draw his bow lightly and the arrow would fly swiftly, often hitting two flying birds with a single shot. My father said it was because he was completely focused and used his strength evenly. I applied his method to fishing and, after 5 years of practice, mastered this technique. When I fish, I am entirely focused on fishing, not thinking of anything else, my mind calm and free of negative thoughts. When I cast the line, I use just the right amount of force, neither too strong nor too light, ensuring it doesn't disturb the surroundings. As a result, the fish see my bait as harmless debris and swim up to take it without hesitation. In fishing, I always balance strength with gentleness." The lessons from Jian Ha and Bo Shuzi. Jian Ha and Bo Shuzi's story contains valuable lessons, not only about skill but also about the philosophy of life and work. The two main messages from this story, complete dedication and skillful application, are crucial elements for achieving success in any area of life. Complete dedication. Firstly, the story emphasizes the importance of complete dedication to one's work. In today's world, filled with distractions from technology to social pressures, maintaining high levels of focus is a significant challenge. However, as Jian Ha demonstrated, dedication is the key to success. When fishing, he did not let anything distract his mind, paying full attention to casting the line and feeling the water's movements. This focus allowed him to detect when a fish bit the bait and adjust the pull to avoid damaging his fishing gear. We can see that to achieve success, we need not only skills but also dedication and passion for our work. This is a valuable lesson for managing our time and energy, especially in a modern work environment. Skillful application. Secondly, the story conveys the importance of skillful and correct application of one's abilities. Both Jian Ha and Bo Shuzi demonstrated that a deep understanding of their work and the proper application of skills can yield exceptional results. Bo Shuzi was not just skilled at archery, but also knew how to apply his strength to make one arrow hit two birds. Jian Ha, by adopting this method in fishing, practiced and refined his technique to perfection. He knew how to adjust the pull on the fishing line just right, not too strong to snap the line, nor too light to miss the opportunity. This skillful and meticulous application of skills allowed him to achieve success that many could not imagine. Applying the lessons to modern life. These two messages apply not only to fishing or archery but also to many other areas of life. In work, We need to be fully focused on our tasks, not letting external factors distract us. Only then can we fully utilize our abilities and achieve the highest efficiency. At the same time, mastering and correctly applying our skills is essential. Understanding our work, knowing how to apply principles and skills skillfully will help us achieve outstanding results, just as Jian Ha filled a cart with fish without damaging his equipment.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
3. Discovering potential, the eagle raised as a chicken. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you never discovered your true potential? Let's listen to a meaningful story about an eagle raised among chickens. Can a strong creature be held back by its environment and false beliefs? What happens when we give up on our dreams and accept a fate that isn't ours? This story reveals the surprising truth about the power of belief and the importance of pursuing our dreams. Let's find out. In an American Indian tribe, there is a story that goes like this. Long ago, on a very high mountain, there was an eagle's nest with 4 large eggs. An earthquake caused one of the eagle eggs to roll down the mountain to a chicken farm nestled in the valley below. A hen volunteered to incubate the large egg. One day, the eagle egg hatched into a beautiful eagle. But sadly, the eagle was raised and grew up like a chicken. From a young age, the eagle did what chickens do. It scratched the ground for worms and insects, clucked, and even flapped its wings and flew a short distance into the air. Soon the eagle believed it was just a chicken like the others. It loved its family and home, but its soul longed for something greater. One day, while playing in the farmyard, the eagle looked up to the skies and saw eagles soaring high above. "Oh, I wish I could fly like those birds," it said. The chickens laughed and said, "You cannot fly like those birds. You are a chicken, and chickens do not fly." The eagle continued to gaze at its real family, dreaming of flying high with them. Every time it spoke of its dreams, the chickens told it that it was impossible. Eventually, the eagle believed them, gave up its dreams, and continued to live like a chicken. Finally, the eagle died. The greatest tragedy in the eagle's life was its lack of self-discovery. It never dared to pursue its dreams, never learned to fly, and never realized it could soar confidently in the sky like its ancestors. The eagle, with its ability to fly high and strong, was so influenced by its surroundings and the negative words it heard that it forgot who it truly was. Through this story, we can draw 2 important lessons: the power of belief and the influence of our environment, and the importance of discovering and pursuing our dreams. First, the power of belief and the influence of our environment are undeniable factors in shaping our personality and behavior. The eagle in the story lived and grew up like a chicken simply because it was surrounded by chickens and constantly heard that it couldn't fly high like other eagles. This false belief deeply rooted in its mind, turning it into a creature limited by mistaken notions. This clearly reflects the significant impact of our environment and those around us on how we perceive ourselves. If we are not careful and let negative words dominate us, we can limit our abilities and miss opportunities to develop and discover our true potential. The story also emphasizes the importance of discovering and pursuing our dreams. The eagle had dreams of flying high like the eagles in the sky, but it never dared to pursue them. It accepted living as a chicken, giving up on its dreams and true capabilities. This is a powerful reminder that we should not abandon our dreams and passions. Everyone has unique potentials and abilities, and pursuing dreams not only helps us grow, but also brings satisfaction and meaning to life. Discovering our potential and daring to pursue dreams require courage and determination. We need to overcome barriers and limitations set by the environment and negative words. This is not easy, but if we persevere and believe in our abilities, we can achieve great things. Remember, like the eagle in the story, we might have capabilities we have not yet discovered. Do not let the limitations imposed by others prevent us from flying high and far. Ultimately, the story of the eagle and the chicken serves as a reminder of the value of self-awareness and the aspiration to rise above. We should not simply accept what is around us, but must explore and understand ourselves. This requires the courage to face difficulties and challenges, and the determination to pursue what we truly desire. Let this story inspire you to keep exploring and chasing your dreams, no matter how many obstacles and difficulties you encounter on the way. Self-awareness and discovery will bring you the freedom and ability to soar high, like eagles in the blue sky. 4. Don't be deceived by appearances, the truth about knowledge and capability. In a conversation between an arrogant king and a wise sage, a profound lesson about the true value of knowledge and capability was revealed. Do outward appearances truly reflect what lies within? Let's explore this intriguing story, where an unexpected execution order unveils who the genuine scholar in the kingdom is. This story will make you ponder how we assess and recognize knowledge in our daily lives. One day, the arrogant king of Lu spoke to the philosopher Zhuangzi. "Our country of Lu has many scholars." Zhuangzi replied, "It is rare to encounter true scholars in Lu." "That's not true," the king of Lu exclaimed. "Everywhere in Lu, you see people dressed as scholars. How can you say there are few scholars?" Zhuangzi explained, "I've heard that true scholars wear round caps to signify their knowledge of astronomy, square shoes to show their understanding of geography, and they carry jade rings with holes, symbolizing their grasp of philosophy and decisive action. In reality, those who truly possess knowledge don't necessarily dress as scholars, and those who dress as scholars don't necessarily have knowledge." The king of Lu did not believe this, so Zhuangzi suggested, "If you don't believe me, issue a decree. Anyone who is not a true scholar but dresses like one will be executed. Then we will see what happens." The king of Lu issued the decree, and within 5 days no one dared to wear scholar's attire. A few days later, a man wearing scholar's robes appeared before the palace. The king summoned him and found that he was indeed knowledgeable in astronomy, geography, and national affairs. Zhuangzi said to the king, "In such a vast country as Lu, there is only this one true scholar. Can you still say there are many?" The first message emphasizes that the true value of knowledge and understanding does not lie in outward appearances or form. In modern life, we are often influenced by appearances and social status symbols. A person dressed in a luxurious suit and wearing an expensive watch is often judged more favorably than someone dressed simply, even though their knowledge and abilities might be entirely different. Zhuangzi's story reminds us that knowledge cannot be assessed by attire or appearance. Those who truly understand and are capable do not need to boast or use external symbols to prove their worth. They let their abilities and work speak for themselves. The second message is the importance of validating true knowledge and practical capability. In today's context, with the advancement of technology and media, fake information, and self-proclaimed experts without solid knowledge foundations are increasingly common. Recognizing and correctly evaluating a person's knowledge and capabilities has become more crucial than ever. These individuals might use PR techniques, image building, and create a perfect exterior to deceive the public. However, when faced with real-life situations and challenges requiring true knowledge and skills, they are often easily exposed. In Zhuangzi's story, when the king of Lu issued the decree to execute those who were not true scholars but dressed as scholars, he discovered the painful truth that the number of genuinely knowledgeable people was very few. This highlights the importance of validating true knowledge and practical capabilities. We need to learn to look deeply into the essence of people, evaluating them based on their true abilities rather than superficial signs. The final lesson from this story is humility and respect for true knowledge. Zhuangzi, with his wisdom, cleverly pointed out the king of Lu's mistake without showing arrogance. He used his knowledge and the truth to persuade, helping the king realize his error. This serves as an example of how true knowledge and understanding should be expressed, not ostentatiously, not arrogantly, but always with humility and respect for the truth. 5. When good intentions go wrong. Have you ever thought that your well-meaning intentions might lead to unfortunate consequences? The story of a mysterious seabird outside the kingdom of Lu will make you reconsider how we treat others and our surroundings. In his effort to please an unexpected guest, the king of Lu made a significant mistake by not understanding its true nature and needs. Let's explore how his good intentions led to tragedy and draw valuable lessons from this story. Outside the kingdom of Lu, there appeared a very strange seabird, unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. People believed it was a divine bird. The king ordered his men to capture the bird, and it was treated as a distinguished guest in the royal palace. However, the bird seemed very downcast. How can we make this bird happy? The king was deeply concerned. Suddenly, he exclaimed, "I've got it!" The king thought of inviting a group of musicians to play music for the bird and ordered the chefs to prepare a feast of delicious dishes. But this well-intentioned gesture frightened the bird. It didn't dare to eat or drink and spent all day anxiously flapping its wings in distress. After 2 days, the seabird was so terrified that it died. This story teaches us about the risks of well-meaning but misguided intentions. The king, in his effort to please the seabird, took actions he believed were kind and appropriate. However, these actions did not suit the bird's nature, causing it anxiety and fear to the point of death. His good intentions, instead of bringing joy and comfort, resulted in a tragic outcome. The lesson here is that even if we have good intentions and kindness, if we do not act correctly and appropriately, those intentions can lead to negative consequences and even harm the very ones we wish to help. We need to carefully consider and understand those we are trying to assist to ensure that our actions truly bring them benefit and happiness rather than additional trouble and suffering. Additionally, the story teaches us about the importance of sensitivity and subtlety in communication and actions. Despite his good intentions, the king lacked the sensitivity and subtlety to recognize what the seabird needed to feel comfortable and safe. Instead of imposing what he thought was good, he should have listened and observed closely to understand the bird's needs. This principle also applies in our daily lives when we interact with others. Sensitivity and subtlety help us better understand others' needs and desires, enabling us to respond with actions and words that genuinely bring them joy and benefit. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time. 6. Wisdom and prudence. Have you ever wondered if wisdom and knowledge can always save lives in dangerous situations? The story of Niu Kuei, a well-educated man who encountered robbers on his journey, might make you reconsider. Why did such a wise man meet a tragic end? And why do others in similar situations also face grim fates? Let's explore this story to understand the importance of wisdom and prudence, as well as the unforeseen complexities of human actions. Niu Kuei was a well-educated man who once encountered robbers on his journey. "Stop right there. Do you want your money or your life?" The robbers brandished their weapons. Niu Kuei smiled, got off his carriage, handed over all his money and belongings to the robbers, and continued on his way as if nothing had happened. The robbers were puzzled, as they had never seen someone react like this. Most people either resisted or begged for mercy. Curious about Niu Kuei, they chased after him and asked, "We robbed you. Why aren't you upset?" Niu Kuei calmly replied, "A wise man does not risk his life for material possessions." After Niu Kuei left, one robber remarked, "What a knowledgeable man." Another said, "This man is highly educated. If he goes to see the king of Zhao, he will surely be favored. When he remembers this robbery, he will inform the king, who will send soldiers to kill us. We should kill him now to prevent future trouble." The others agreed, and they chased down and killed Niu Kuei. A person from the state of Yan heard about this and gathered his family. If you encounter robbers, don't act like Niu Kuei. Not long after, this person's younger brother traveled to the state of Qin and indeed encountered robbers at Hanggu Pass. Remembering his brother's advice, he fought with the robbers over his belongings. Outnumbered, he eventually lost his pack. He then followed the robbers, flattering them to get his pack back. Angered, the robbers said, "It's lucky we spared your life, yet you keep following us, risking exposure. We'll end this now." They killed him and everyone traveling with him. Niu Kuei's actions reflect a profound viewpoint. He believed preserving life was more important than keeping possessions. This is a lesson on valuing life and the wisdom in assessing what truly matters. Niu Kuei neither resisted nor begged, simply giving up his assets to save his life. However, he didn't anticipate the robbers' extreme reaction. Their fear of potential retribution led them to kill him to eliminate future threats. This shows that even seemingly wise and prudent decisions can lead to unexpected outcomes when faced with the complexity and unpredictability of human psychology. Another crucial lesson from the story is the unpredictability of dangerous situations. The younger brother of another person, after hearing about Niu Kuei, chose to confront and flatter the robbers in hopes of keeping his possessions and life. However, his fate was equally tragic. He and his companions were killed. This underscores that no single strategy guarantees safety in all situations. The complexity and unpredictability of human actions require us to be flexible and astute in assessing and reacting to specific scenarios. The story also prompts us to reflect on the true value of wisdom and education. Niu Kuei, with his deep knowledge, acted on a principle he believed was right. However, this wisdom wasn't enough to protect him from death. This raises the question, is knowledge and education always the strongest weapon in every situation? Or do we need to combine them with prudence and situational awareness to make more informed decisions? Furthermore, the story reminds us of the importance of understanding and predicting others' reactions. The robbers reacted unexpectedly because they feared the long-term consequences of their actions. This illustrates that in every decision and action, we need to consider not only the immediate benefits and dangers, but also the long-term consequences and reactions of those around us. In summary, the story of Niu Kuei and the robbers is a valuable reminder of the importance of wisdom and prudence in life. It teaches us that while knowledge and education are important, we must combine them with caution, flexibility, and situational awareness. We also need to better understand the complexity of human actions and always be mentally prepared to deal with unexpected outcomes. These lessons apply not only in dangerous situations but also in everyday life, helping us live more wisely and insightfully. 7. How to chase away your shadow, a lesson in acceptance and smart solutions. Have you ever felt bound by things in life that you simply cannot change? This story is about a man who desperately tried to get rid of his shadow and how he came to understand that acceptance and wisdom can help resolve seemingly insurmountable problems. Let's explore the profound messages about acceptance and seeking smart solutions through the advice of a wise scholar. Is there a way to escape your shadow without running away? Let's listen and find out. There was a man who found his shadow incredibly annoying and wanted to get rid of it, but no matter what he did, the shadow stayed with him. Whether he hit it with a stick or jumped into the water, the shadow followed him relentlessly. A wise scholar saw this man sitting despondently and approached him. "What troubles you so much? There's nothing in this world that cannot be solved. Tell me, and maybe I can help." The man then explained how he had tried to chase away his shadow and how stubborn it was. "What should I do?" the man asked sadly. "Oh," the scholar said slowly, "if you don't want your shadow anymore, just stand under that tree over there." This story teaches us two valuable lessons. 1. Acceptance of the unchangeable. First, the story highlights the importance of accepting things that cannot be changed. The man did everything he could to get rid of his shadow, but all his efforts were in vain. The shadow here symbolizes the inevitable aspects of life, things that remain no matter how much we want to change them. This could be personal flaws, unavoidable circumstances, or even losses and failures we encounter. Accepting them doesn't mean giving up. It means learning to live with them, recognizing that perfection doesn't exist, and that it's the imperfections that make life what it is. 2. Finding solutions. Instead of fighting the problem, the second message from the story is about seeking solutions instead of fighting the problem. The scholar advised the man to stand under a tree so the shadow wouldn't appear anymore. A simple yet smart solution. This teaches us about changing perspectives and finding different approaches to solve problems. Instead of fighting against the unchangeable, we should look for new methods and approaches to adapt and overcome difficulties. These two messages are not only applicable to the story but are also very useful in daily life. We often encounter situations where all our efforts seem futile. In such times, accepting reality and seeking creative solutions is crucial. This can be applied in various areas, from work and study to personal relationships. For instance, in work, instead of trying to change the unchangeable, we can focus on improving what is within our control, seeking new opportunities, or changing our approach to tasks. In relationships, accepting others' flaws and finding ways to adapt and change our communication can help maintain and develop positive connections. Lastly, the story teaches us about patience and wisdom in facing difficulties. The man in the story might have felt hopeless, but with the help of the scholar, he found a simple and effective solution. This reminds us that sometimes the best solutions come from the simplest ideas, and patience in seeking solutions is essential. 8. The mystery behind the cross. Have you ever wondered why roles in famous plays can touch the hearts of the audience so deeply? A couple discovered a surprising secret when they met the actor portraying Jesus after a performance. The seemingly light cross held a heavy truth. This unexpected and profound story will make you ponder the value of authenticity and sacrifice in art and life. Let's uncover the mystery behind the cross and the valuable lessons we can learn from it. A couple attended a theater performance of a famous play centered around the crucifixion of Jesus. After the curtain fell, they went backstage to speak with the actor who played Jesus. While talking with the main character, they noticed a large wooden cross in the corner of the room, the very prop used when the character was crucified. The husband said to his wife, Take a picture of me carrying the cross. He then walked over to the cross and lifted it. To his astonishment, the cross was incredibly heavy beyond his imagination. He struggled to move it a few steps using all his strength. After a moment, he was exhausted, dropping the cross and sitting down, gasping for breath. He turned to the actor and asked, "I thought it would be hollow and light. Why did you make the cross so heavy?" The actor replied, "Sir, if the cross were too light, I couldn't perform this role properly. Authenticity is not only significant in art, but also powerfully applicable in everyday life. When we face real challenges and burdens, we can truly understand and empathize with those around us. The story of the husband attempting to lift the heavy cross illustrates that only through real difficulty and endurance can we appreciate the value of sacrifice. In life, difficulties and challenges are not just obstacles to overcome, but opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Another crucial aspect of this story is the value of sacrifice and endurance. We often seek easier, lighter paths, avoiding burdens and challenges. However, the story of the cross reminds us that it is these very burdens and difficulties that help us grow stronger and more resilient. Sacrifice is not always easy or comfortable, but it brings deep value and meaning. It helps us understand that to achieve something important and worthwhile, we must endure and sacrifice. Finally, this story reminds us of the importance of living authentically with ourselves and others. In a world full of deception and superficiality, authenticity becomes a precious value. When we live authentically, we not only build trust and respect from others, but also find true peace and happiness within our souls. Authenticity is not just a moral principle, but a crucial element in building a meaningful and fulfilling life. The story of the heavy cross offers profound lessons on authenticity, sacrifice, and the value of endurance. It helps us understand that to achieve real success and happiness, we must live authentically and be willing to bear life's burdens. These values not only help us grow stronger and more resilient, but also help us build a meaningful and cherished life. 9. The Tale of the Phoenix and the Lesson from Zhuangzi. Don't worry about trivial matters. Have you ever lost sleep over insignificant worries, or been affected by rumors and doubts from others? The story of Zhuangzi and Huizi offers profound lessons on not fretting over minor issues and being confident in our self-worth. Let's explore how a tale about the phoenix bird can change our perspective on handling life's worries. Huizi was the prime minister of the state of Liang, and Zhuangzi wanted to visit him. Someone told Huizi, "Zhuangzi is not just coming to visit you. He wants to replace you as prime minister." Hearing this, Huizi panicked and had the city searched for 3 days and nights. Zhuangzi heard that Huizi wanted to drive him away, so he was even more determined to visit his friend. When they met, he said to Huizi, "On my way here, I heard a very amusing story. Would you like to hear it?" Huizi asked, "What is it?" Zhuangzi said, "In the south, there is a bird called the phoenix. This bird loves tranquility. The phoenix flies from the South Sea to the North Sea, but it does not perch on anything other than the wutong tree, does not eat anything other than the bamboo fruit, and does not drink anything other than pure spring water." Meanwhile, an owl was pecking at a dead rat, and seeing the phoenix fly by, it looked up and screeched in anger, afraid that the phoenix would steal its prey. "Now you, with your position as Prime Minister of Liang, are trying to scare me away?" In modern life, we constantly face numerous worries and pressures. These pressures can come from work, family, friends, or even rumors and doubts from others. Huizi, in his role as Prime Minister of Liang, fell into the trap of suspicion and worry upon hearing that Zhuangzi was coming to visit, thinking that he intended to replace him. This reflects the reality that we are easily affected by trivial and meaningless things, and these worries can rob us of our inner peace. Through the story of the phoenix and the owl, Zhuangzi skillfully conveyed the message that Huizi's worries were baseless and not worth fretting over. The phoenix, a noble bird, only chooses the best to perch on, eat, and drink, symbolizing people of high quality who are not affected by trivial matters. Meanwhile, the owl, with its action of pecking at a dead rat and screeching angrily when seeing the phoenix, represents those who are obsessed with jealousy and unnecessary worries. One of the most important lessons we can draw from this story is not to worry about small things. We need to recognize that worrying and fearing insignificant matters only takes away our peace and happiness in life. Let's learn to ignore trivial matters and focus on what truly matters. Like the phoenix, we should select what we accept into our lives, keeping only what is good and meaningful. The second message from the story is the confidence in our own worth and not being influenced by jealousy. Huizi was affected by rumors and doubts from others, leading to panic and extensive searches throughout the city. Zhuangzi, with confidence and calm, showed Huizi that he had no intention of replacing him and that a person's worth does not depend on their position or what others say, but on their qualities and self-respect. This is a valuable lesson in maintaining faith in ourselves, not letting rumors or jealousy shake our spirit. We live in a world full of competition and pressure, where jealousy and worry can easily invade our minds. However, through the story of Zhuangzi and Huizi, we learn that as long as we maintain confidence and peace within, not being affected by trivial matters and rumors, we can live a happier and more meaningful life. This story also reminds us of the importance of serenity and freedom in life. When facing challenges and pressures, remember the image of the phoenix, always choosing what is beautiful and ignoring what is not worth it. This is the key to living a worthwhile, meaningful, and peaceful life.
If you like this video, please comment 1. And if you don't, comment 2. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.
10. Liberation from the mortal realm, a skull's tale. Have you ever wondered what awaits us after death? Is it the joy of ultimate freedom or the painful memories of our earthly life? During a journey to the state of Chu, Zhuangzi stumbled upon a skull lying by the roadside. What followed was a surreal conversation between man and death, revealing secrets that few have pondered. Listen to this philosophical tale to uncover profound insights about death and the meaning of life. As Zhuangzi journeyed to Chu, he saw a skull amidst the weeds by the road, whistling as the wind blew through it. He struck the skull with his whip and asked, "What injustice or crime did you commit to end up like this? Were you a victim of war or misfortune? Or did you commit some heinous act, causing your family to suffer? Did hunger or cold bring you to this fate? Or did you simply die of old age?" Having spoken, Zhuangzi felt a bit tired and lay down on the grass, resting his head on the skull as he slept. At midnight, the skull appeared to him in a dream. "I heard your words today, and you have a talent for speaking. You mentioned war, disgrace, hunger, and old age. These are the sufferings of the living. In death, none of these remain. Do you want to know the joy of being dead?" Zhuangzi replied, "Yes, tell me." The skull said, "In death, there are no authorities to manage you, no burdens of the changing seasons. Free and at peace, we live in harmony with the universe. Even kings cannot compare to the joy I experience." Zhuangzi was skeptical and said, "If I could call upon the deity overseeing life and death to bring you back to life, returning you to your family and friends, would you agree?" "No, no, no," the skull answered in fear. "I cherish the freedom and peace of this existence. I dread the busyness and strife of mortal life. Zhuangzi's story does more than depict the state of being after death. It poses profound questions about the meaning and value of life. Why must we live in suffering, competition, and anxiety when true peace and freedom exist? This is a question that Zhuangzi, along with many other philosophers, contemplated throughout their lives. Taoism, with its philosophy of simplicity and harmony with nature, always seeks inner peace and liberation from material constraints. Zhuangzi's tale vividly and profoundly reflects this philosophy. Moreover, the story encourages us to reflect on our own lives. Are we living a meaningful and happy life, or merely existing in the hustle and pressures of modern society? The Skull's Tale reminds us that sometimes the true values of life lie not in our daily pursuits, but in inner peace and freedom. To achieve this, we must reassess our goals and values, striving for a more harmonious and meaningful existence. In the context of modern society, filled with pressures and stress, Zhuangzi's story retains its relevance and significance. It is not just a philosophical lesson about life and death, but a reminder of the peace and inner freedom we can attain. Through this story, we learn that despite life's difficulties and challenges, true peace and freedom always exist, waiting for us to discover and embrace. This is the most important message Zhuangzi wished to convey through his tale, a message of liberation and true joy in both life and death. 11. The Secret to Success from a Fighting Rooster. Did you know that even a fighting rooster can teach us valuable life lessons? In the journey of training a regular rooster into an undefeated warrior, two key elements were perfectly honed. These elements not only helped the rooster win, but also offered profound insights into restraint and confidence. Let's explore this fascinating story and uncover the secrets that propelled the fighting rooster to the top. There was a highly skilled rooster trainer who was invited by the king to the royal palace to train fighting roosters. 10 days later, the king asked, "Has the rooster been well trained yet?" The trainer replied, "Not yet. This rooster still uses its crowing to scare other roosters." Another 10 days passed, and the king inquired again, "Is the rooster ready to fight now?" The trainer said, "Not yet. It gets too excited and charges at others as soon as it hears another rooster's crowing." A month went by, and the king asked, "Is it ready now?" The trainer answered, "Still not. When it sees another rooster, it just glares at it." Another 10 days passed, and the king asked once more, "Is the rooster ready now?" "Now it's ready," the trainer said. When it hears another rooster, its expression doesn't change. It's like a wooden rooster. It wins confidently, and other roosters turn and run away at the sight of it, not daring to fight. The story of the king's fighting rooster training is not just a vivid example of discipline and skill development, but also provides valuable lessons about the power of restraint and confidence. In modern life, we often face many pressures and challenges, making it harder than ever to remain calm. However, these very qualities are the keys to achieving lasting success and happiness. Restraint is the ability to control one's emotions and actions in difficult or provocative situations. Initially, the fighting rooster in the story used its crowing to intimidate and reacted aggressively when confronted. This is a natural response for any creature that feels threatened. However, through training, the rooster learned to stay calm and restrain its emotions. In life, we also encounter similar situations where impulsive reactions can lead to unwanted consequences. For example, in a work environment, an angry outburst or rash action can create conflicts with colleagues or even jeopardize promotion opportunities. Restraint does not mean suppressing emotions, but controlling and managing them wisely to make sound decisions. Presence and confidence are the factors that allowed the fighting rooster to win without having to fight. When the rooster developed an unchanging demeanor, it became so confident and strong that opponents would turn and flee at the sight of it. This demonstrates that confidence and presence come not only from actual ability but also from how we present ourselves. Confidence is not arrogance or complacency, but a belief in one's abilities and worth. A confident person faces challenges head-on and remains steady in the face of difficulties. In work, confidence helps persuade others and build trust. In relationships, confidence enables effective communication and maintains respect from others. To apply these lessons to life, we need to 1. Practice restraint. Learn to control emotions through methods like meditation and deep breathing. This will help us stay calm and make wise decisions in all situations. 2. Build confidence. Confidence can be built through continuous learning and self-improvement. Set small goals and achieve them step by step. This will boost your belief in your abilities. 3. Exude presence. Presence comes from within and how we present ourselves outwardly. Pay attention to body language, voice, and attire to create a confident and professional image. The story of the fighting rooster is not just an entertaining tale, but a profound lesson on the power of restraint and confidence. These qualities not only help the rooster win, but are also keys to achieving success and happiness in life. Apply these lessons to become stronger and more confident, just like the rooster after its rigorous training. 12. The profound lesson from the garden. Have you ever wondered about the connection between attraction, destruction, and tragedy in nature? The story of Zhuangzi walking through the garden will take you on a deep journey exploring the complex relationships between creatures and humans. Let's listen to this story to understand more about interactions leading to tragedy and the importance of mindfulness in life. A strange bird, a praying mantis, and Zhuangzi with a slingshot in his hand all play a part in a philosophical lesson you can't miss. Zhuangzi was walking through the garden when he saw a bird flying from the south. Its wings were 7 feet wide, and its eyes were as big as a dragon's. It flew past, grazing Zhuangzi's forehead, and landed on a tree in the garden. What kind of bird is this? Zhuangzi wondered. Its wings are wide, but it doesn't fly far. Its eyes are big, but they lack agility. Zhuangzi quietly took a slingshot from his back and entered the orchard, preparing to shoot it. Just then, he noticed on a tree branch a cicada happily singing, unaware that a praying mantis was lurking to catch it. And the strange bird appearing behind the praying mantis was getting ready to eat it, unaware that Zhuangzi was standing below with a slingshot. Seeing this scene, Zhuangzi sighed. Oh, the slaughter among creatures is due to mutual attraction, leading to tragedy. Zhuangzi returned home, closed his door, and pondered for 3 months without stepping outside. The story of Zhuangzi walking through the garden is not just a lesson about the interaction among creatures, but also a profound reminder of mindfulness and reflection before human actions. The 2 main messages from the story, the mutual slaughter leading to tragedy and the necessity of contemplation, can be applied to various aspects of life, helping us live more consciously and cautiously. In the story, each creature had its own goal. The cicada sang joyfully, unaware it was being watched by the praying mantis. The praying mantis, in turn, didn't know that a strange bird was waiting to eat it. And the strange bird, despite having wide wings and large eyes, didn't notice Zhuangzi preparing to shoot it. This chain of interactions led to a vicious cycle of mutual slaughter, where each creature was both a victim and a predator. This is similar to human life, where we often face competition and conflict. Every action and decision can affect others and may lead to unintended consequences. When we are not fully aware of these interactions, we may inadvertently cause tragedy for ourselves and others. After witnessing the scene in the garden, Zhuangzi learned an important lesson. He decided to go home and ponder for 3 months. This reflection was not just a matter of conscience, but a way for him to awaken and recognize the importance of pausing to think about his actions. This is a powerful message about mindfulness and the necessity of contemplation in daily life. In the modern world, we are often caught up in the whirlwind of work and life, rarely taking the time to reflect on our actions and decisions. However, as Zhuangzi pointed out, mindfulness and reflection are essential for us to understand the consequences of our actions and to live more consciously. Only when we pause, reflect, and awaken can we avoid similar tragedies and build a better life. In work, we should think carefully before making decisions to avoid harming others and ourselves. In daily life, we should consider our actions to ensure that what we do does not lead to tragedy. And most importantly, we should always be mindful and reflective to live a more conscious and fulfilling life. 13. Finding Truth in the Vast Ocean, a Tale of Inner Liberation. One ordinary fishing trip, a group of fishermen unexpectedly discovered an ancient jar from the deep sea, containing a mysterious cry for help. Their journey to uncover the truth not only revealed surprising details about the location, but also led to profound discoveries about themselves. Does salvation depend on specific places and times, or is it found within our own souls? Join us in exploring this philosophical story and discover the true meaning of inner liberation. The fishermen cast their nets and retrieved a jar from the deep sea. Inside the jar was a piece of paper with the following message: "Everyone, please come rescue me. I am here. The Dragon King has trapped me on a deserted island, and I am standing on the shore waiting for you to come. Please save me. I am here." There's no date. It's probably too late now. The jar has been drifting at sea for a long time, one fisherman said. The location isn't clear either. The ocean is vast. How do we know which way to go? Said the second fisherman. It's neither too late nor far away. Any island could be the right one, said the third fisherman. And so they felt unbound, lost in thought. This is the nature of truth. Through the fisherman's journey, we see the differences in perception and approach to the problem. From this, two key messages emerge. Salvation is not just a specific action, but a state of mind, and truth lies in perception and thought. Firstly, the message of salvation as a state of mind emphasizes that seeking and rescuing do not solely depend on identifying the right place or time. In the story, the third fisherman said, "Any island could be the right one," suggesting that salvation can be achieved anywhere and at any time, as long as we have self-awareness and inner peace. This implies that often, the problems we face cannot always be solved by physical actions or external interventions, but require a change in how we perceive and confront them. Inner liberation is a significant concept in many philosophies and religions. It stresses that our mental state can greatly influence how we experience and handle life's challenges. Achieving inner peace and balance allows us to face difficulties more calmly and effectively. This liberation is not an unattainable or unrealistic goal, but can be reached through self-awareness, meditation, and changing our way of thinking. The second message, that truth lies in perception and thought, affirms that truth often does not reside in specific events, but in how we perceive and understand them. The fishermen had different views about the plea for help in the jar, ranging from hopelessness due to the lack of specific information to the realization that the solution might lie in a change of mindset. This shows that our approach to solving problems can be more important than the problems themselves. We need to broaden our vision, think creatively, and not be confined by traditional barriers. In conclusion, the story of the fisherman and the ancient jar reminds us that salvation and truth are not always dependent on external factors, but can be found within our souls and minds. Self-awareness and changing our perceptions can help us achieve peace and effectiveness in solving life's problems. This is a powerful and profound message, encouraging us to seek liberation and truth from within rather than always searching for it externally. We should learn to live mindfully, with clear awareness of ourselves and the world around us, to attain true peace and happiness. If you find these stories inspiring and they motivate you to take action, please comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for your valuable time.